Hi friends, welcome again to the Joshua Madan Show. Today we're going to speak about a super important topic. This is part of our finance segment, and I'm going to speak about the 30-30 rule you need to consider before you buy your home. Before that, as always, a big thank you to all our new subscribers. As you know, in this show, we talk about some of the lifestyle topics like career, finance, family and leadership. So if you have not watched my earlier videos, especially to the new subscribers, I'm going to request you to look up those videos, and I'm sure it will be very informative. So today, before you buy your next home, consider the 30-30 rule, and I'm going to speak about 5 very important tips that I would want you to consider before you venture into buying your next home or an apartment or a land. The first rule is, please do not buy a home because of parental pressure. You know, today in our generation, I know a lot of friends who tell me that they buy a home or an apartment or a property simply because their dad or mom asked him to buy. And there is this peer pressure also in buying an apartment or a home. So please do not fall into this. You know, right from 2011-12, the real estate prices have not increased in our country. You know, our parents' generation, it was very different. You know, those who bought their properties still in the 1980s, 1990s, even till 2010, the property prices appreciated. So the mindset of our previous generation was always to buy a property once you get a home. Things have changed. Right now the real estate prices are not appreciating. Maybe it will be the same for the next couple of years too. So I would request you not to buy a property simply because of parental pressure. Rule number 2, the 30-30 rule. Please do not buy an apartment or a property, a land, if you do not have 30% of cash with you, where you can make an upfront payment to the builder or to the owner where you are purchasing your property from. 30% of payment would simply mean that you need to take only around 70% of loan. So the number of EMIs or the amount of EMIs that you would end up paying will be very less comparatively. A lot of friends again end up buying these apartments with 10% or 15%, and banks nowadays, a lot of housing finance companies, banks, they offer up to 80-85% loan. Simply means that the amount of EMI will go. So save up your money. If you don't have 30% of money with you or cash with you, just postpone your purchase because you're still not ready. As I told you, the next couple of months, I don't see the real estate prices increasing. So there's always time for you to save up some more money before you make that big decision. Rule number 3, your net take-home pay, post-tax rather, your post-tax net take-home pay, please calculate that either for you, or you can even combine it with your spouse if if both of you are working. Calculate the EMI that you need to pay the housing finance company or the bank that you have taken the loan from. And if the EMI should not be more than 30% of your combined post-tax net take-home. If there is only a single earning member, not more than 30% of the post-tax net take-home. And if your spouse is also working, combine that, and not more than 30% of the post-tax net take-home salary. So don't let your EMI cross that. Again, a lot of people take these EMIs and it comes to even 50%, 60%. Banks may give it because they have to have their targets met. But then you will not be able to budget your other expenses like the food and other normal expenses that you will have every month. So don't let it cross 30% of your post-tax net take-home. So that's the 30-30 rule. The fourth very important tip or rule that you would again need to keep in mind is your tenure. do not let the number of months or years cross 15. Again, banks will give you up to 20 years, sometimes even more, but I would advise you to keep it less than 15 years so that you're done with this loan. Again, home is an asset, but still you wouldn't want to have it more than 15 years. And again, if you are working in a company where you get bonuses, you get some incentives, try and pay an additional EMI so that the tenure of the years that you got to pay comes down. So don't make it cross, or don't let it cross 15 years. The last tip or rule is, please buy a property only if you are intending to stay in that place for a long term. If your job is transferable, if you're, for example, if you're in Chennai and if your job is transferable to other states in India, and if you have to leave this place and go, do not invest, because you will never know when you're going to come back. Again, if you are planning to buy a 2-bedroom apartment and you believe that later on you may have to go for a 3-bedroom apartment, don't buy a 2-bedroom apartment now. Make a long-term decision, because this is a big investment and you wouldn't want to rush through this decision. Again, right now the RBI is tightening the cash flow, so the banks are increasing the rates, so the home loan rates are increasing. So please be extra careful before you decide to buy an apartment. You know, there's always this debate whether you need to rent a home or you need to buy one. It's another topic altogether. I'll probably, if it interests all of you, I will do that topic later. We'll discuss about which is a preferred option, whether to rent a home or to buy a property. But today we spoke about 5 rules or 5 tips that you need to consider before you buy your next home. So if you like this video, please share this to your friends as well, and please support this channel if you find this channel informative to all of you. So thank you again. Wish you a great week. This is the Joshua Madan Show. Goodbye and God bless.